Alright, here's another one of the little mods I'm doing for the Epson 1430, and I'm going to also do the same with the R1800 that I have. This is the decoding board for the ink chips and all of the cartridges, and this is the auto reset chips, or semi-auto because you have to press the reset button. I'm using non-chipped dampers, and they're not for the 1430, but they fit and lock in, and there's no spot for them to have the chips put in. So what I'm doing is I'm taking these, the auto reset, well, the semi auto reset, and I'm just going to be attaching leads between each one of them, and then connecting it up and having this board set aside to where all I got to do is press the button, and it doesn't matter where the carriage is positioned, and it allowed me to do what I'm trying to do on routing all my ink lines, and it'll get this out of the way, minimize the stuff that's in the carriage. And so here's a little bit of update. I'm still in the process of doing the soldering of the wires, but so I'm doing is just connecting them to there. And then just going to end up having this folded over, and then connecting, and then having the flex cable connected back into that. So that's just like really tedious and small areas to do, and have to make sure that none of my solder areas are touching each other. You could see on this one they're not very pleasant to solder because they're all super close and they weave by each other. I don't know why they designed it like that. Well, this one, the factory OEM one, is literally just a little tab areas. So this is really easy. This one is slightly more challenging because I can't have any of those little areas bridge. So far so good, and got my little meter to make sure that I don't have anything shorted that's not supposed to be. So it's updating, just using a little Weller. And for static and stuff wise, I'm on glass and wood. So this is how it is so far, and when I'm done, I'll show another one of it, which will be similar looking, with just the rest of the wires soldered together. All right, so here's the piece. All the resettable ink cartridge areas are now permanently attached over to the decoder from the printer. So I'll just be plugging the flex cable into that and have this set aside. I still gotta put my foam tape in between it to isolate the connections. But once the lights up there light up saying that it's needing a refill, or I check the levels and it's almost 15%, then I'll just do the hold it in for 35 seconds, let go, and then it should reset the ink levels. And if that's not it, then all I do is cycle the power, and it'll reset. All right. Besides the outside part of the case, I got everything back together. I didn't modify the rollers yet. I am working with some of the sensor switches, trying to figure out what they were, because I forgot, because I had this thing apart for a while. And then that was it's a long flex cable that went into here for the chip reader, but I don't have chip reader in the carriage anymore. I have it external with the reset on it. And this is going to be literally me plugging it in and seeing if it works after doing a whole bunch of mods. And then this is the wasting, so if it does pull any of the ink, it's just going to go into a little bottle. We got stuff everywhere, so plugging in. So far, so good. If things don't work right switch-wise, I'm just going to disconnect that one. I forgot to mark that one. There's 2 switches and I marked the one. All right, let's see what all the lights do. So let's see now. Turn it off. Disconnect this one. Cut my fingernail, so I can't do this with one hand anymore. See if that was it, hopefully. So it's relearning its positions again. Interesting. Yeah, well, I will be back. Let's see if this does anything. All right, well, let me troubleshoot and I'll be back. All right, so good news. A whole bunch of teeny little wires being soldered around onto that board, which is another little quick video I got. No error lights, everything checked. It went through, reset its inks. And this is the reason why I put the pads on this side, is because it'll come to this end and do a cleaner check. And let me close this down, that lid, for a second. Because I got that open wire on the side for the switch. For it not working, there's these 2 sensors right here. Wires are exactly the same length. and I had those two backwards. So it was getting confused on the height. So once it hit that checkpoint to calibrate, it didn't work. So it just faulted it. Switched those around, started it up, and I got no lights for ink and that. So, and I can take these cartridges out and do whatever, and it's not gonna matter. I got the black one because you see there is no chip holder in there. These are chipped, but no chip. It's all right here now. And resettable. So that's done. So next would be getting all that put in. And then let's turn it back on. Hopefully it works. And we're good. And no lights.